Hello, and today I'll be taking a look at Thorin Oakenshield figure from The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. He is from the first movie. I actually managed to pick this one up for 59p, so I thought, why not? Let's have a look. On the back, it does give you a bit of a bio about the character, a picture, and a few of the others that are in the line. So let's get it open and see if it's worth the cash. Okay, so here he is, fresh out of the packaging. Thorin Oakenshield. As you can see, he has the shield on his arm. This is a bit of an issue because I only have to tap it and it falls off. It just doesn't stay in very well, no matter which way you put it on. It does just fall off, which is a bit of a shame, but it's just because this is made out of like a soft plastic. So it's textured reasonably well. Just looks like a brown blob, and then it has these metal bits on the top. But that's that. I'm sure it's quite much bigger in the film, but there we go, that's what we get. And onto the back, he has his elvish sword. It is textured quite nicely, like a wooden paint on the side. There is some texture around the top on the back, you can see there. I don't know why this hole is there, it just is. And there's the peg that stays in the back. It's not very big, probably could have done with being a little bit longer. It does fall off quite easily from his back again. And then onto the actual sword itself. The detail in this isn't as fine as we have seen in these Hobbit figures, unfortunately. Not much going up to the handle, does look quite plain. But still, does look like the elvish blade in a way. And then also he has attached to his side this other sword, this dwarven sword, and that does fit in nicely. It's very stiff and comes out quite well. How well does he hold this? Let's have a look. Yeah, it fits in his hand perfectly, no issues there. So if we take a quick look at the detail on this, you can see it's quite a small stumpy sword, reasonable bit of detail on the handle, and the sheath that it's in is attached. It's a separate piece, but it is attached. It's being glued on. That looks nice, being painted very well, well detailed, liking the look of that. So we go on to the figure itself. There's his big Swede. If we have a look at his head, there is a little bit of paint missing on his eyebrow. Looks like him a little bit, not so much the best one we've seen so far. Does have highlights in his hair. Also he has like these gold beads that have been put in his hair, and that's a nice detail, very well textured, and a good design overall. As you know though, with hair that comes over the shoulders, it does impede the articulation. No up, no down from that, unfortunately, and if you turn it too much, his head does just pop off. But you can get it round. It's quite stiff, but because they have made it out of this softer rubber, it is quite nice. And there you can see the hair looks like it has been attached separately, so there are no issues with the hair going onto the paint from the hair going onto the face. And then if we go on to the arms, these are sculpted nicely, lots of detail in there, also being painted very well, a nice like silver mesh that's going on. Down to the hand, this has got quite a lot of intricate detail in there. Unfortunately there's no paint going through that though, maybe probably could have done with some, just giving it a few highlights. Then a bit on his hand, and then to the hands themselves, he does just have two holdy hands. The straps on here have been moulded very, very nicely. And let's see if this arm's any different. I think this arm's exactly the same, except it's got the hole for where the shield goes. And then he's got like this soft rubber tunic that's on all the way around, all over the top here. I don't think it'll come off, I think it has been glued in. But still, that's been textured very nice and painted well too. Happy with that. There is a little bit of overspill on paint in places, but still it's very neat, better than most figures that we see, especially from Hasbro these days. So it's nice to have those. Legs and pants, no sculpt work in there, just plain. The legs have been sculpted quite nicely there though. Down to the boots. The boots do have a lot of texture in, maybe probably could have done with a bit of a few highlights, bit of a dry brush over the top maybe. There is a slight different colour, sorry. It goes from black to blue. It just doesn't show much of the details, but the buckle's been painted very nicely indeed on there and on the other side. So if we quickly go on to articulation, as we said with the head, you can get it to turn round. It's a bit tough, but It's better than most figures that you get with hair, so they have done a good job with that. The arm is on a peg into the body and on a hinge, so it can go down. If we rotate it round, we can't get it any higher than that, unfortunately, due to his tunic. The elbow is a peg and a hinge again, so shouldn't have any problems there. About 90 degrees, well, a little bit less than 90 degrees, but it does go all the way around, and it is a nice motion. And then also we have the hand, which is just a peg, so we just get a full rotation from that. Exactly the same on the other arm. If we come to the legs, the top of there, it is on a peg and a hinge for the top of the leg. Does come forward quite nicely through the tunic, and you can get it out to the side as well. So you can get a good range of motion, because this is lovely and soft. So that's what we like to see. If they've got coats on figures that come down over the legs, it's always good that they have a soft material. Onto the knees. The knee is again a peg and a hinge. So we can't quite get 90 degrees out of that, unfortunately, due to the sculpt. But still looks nice enough, and no ankle articulation, unfortunately. So that is Thorin Oakenshield from the Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey movie figure series in a 3 3/4 inch line. I do recommend it. It is a nice figure, can pose him well, sculpted well, painted well on articulation. Can't grumble at. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more Rawpain reviews.